When I first planned this intro, I thought it would say something like dinosaurs and giant ants are fun, but no, dinosaurs suck, giant ants are okay, but a mission about 12 workers seeking revenge for getting fired, now that is actually fun.
Come on!
Almost all games have some sort of hidden secret or Easter egg, and Command & Conquer is no different, so I thought I would take a look at them today. Let's start with the fun park dinosaur missions from Tiberium Dawn. To unlock them, you hold down the shift key. It could have been worse. You hold down the shift key and press the 4 bolts in the corners of the menu. 1, 2, 1, 3, last one. Got it! Ah, not again. Anyway, you press the 4 bolts and you're transferred directly to the new unlocked mission menu. Actually, it's the same thing you do in Red Alert to unlock the ant missions. Hold down shift and then press the speaker. Not as fancy as Tiberium Dawn budget cuts, I guess. When you start up the Fun Pack missions, you are greeted by a very low resolution cane that tells you to go check out some stuff. They didn't quite get away with the upscaling on these ones, did they? Alright, first mission. Actually quite simple. There are 2 dinosaurs on this map that you need to kill. You do this by simply kiting around until they die. I got it on my second try, but that was mostly because I didn't know that the dinosaurs hit like trucks, and they can take a ton of damage too. But it's easy enough when you get the hang of it. Second mission, same thing, kill the dinosaurs. Here you're given a Chinook helicopter and 4 commandos that are good at absolutely nothing. You would think that 4 guys with a sniper rifle would do some kind of damage to these big animals, especially these guys being sure shots and all, but no. They can just barely take down a heavily wounded Triceratops. If this guy had been at full health, it would have taken 40,000 years to put him down. Speaking of 40,000 years, did you know that they found carbon-14 in dinosaur bones, which date them to under 40,000 years? Just the fact that they found carbon-14 at all sets an upper limit to them to around 100,000 years. Because carbon-14 has a fast half-life, so after 100,000 years, there wouldn't even be any detectable amount of carbon-14 left. In 2012, these finds of carbon-14 in dinosaur bones were published at an academic conference. And afterwards censored, because the holders of the conference didn't like what they were saying. Another thing, scientists have been finding soft tissue in dinosaur bones since 2000, and they have now in 2020 even found traces of DNA in a duck-billed dinosaur. Even at the best conditions, the DNA would only be able to survive at around 6.8 million years, and not the 75 million years that the duck-billed dinosaurs dated at. This begs the question, if we dated the dinosaurs wrong, what about other dating methods? Of course, despite the evidence, not many scientists dare question the standard dating time frame.
Blood vessels, and even what seem to be intact cells, pose a radical challenge to the existing rules of science.
Why do you think it didn't occur to anybody?
Because we have this clear understanding that part of all biological cycles involves decay. I mean, nature is set up to break down that material and recycle it. So it's just improbable that those kinds of very delicate structures would survive, particularly for millions of years.
Again, we do this bone and it comes out and I get excited every time. I can't help it. I mean, 80 million years old.
Anyway, you shoot the dino and unlock a small base in the corner of the map. The key here is to... The way to beat... You know, a big Triceratops, fair enough. But I would think that they could do at least some kind of damage to a small raptor. No, they all get eaten. This doesn't help the notion that I don't like commandos in the first place. Shooting more than one guy at a time is a hassle, and if he meets a tank, he's done for. Yes, he can blow up a building, but he doesn't hold a candle to Tanya. At least he can shoot a bunch of people quickly. What you're supposed to do here is use the attack helicopters to stun any dinos you find. While it's under attack, the dino will just run around and will not go for anything else that attacks it. As long as you stay out of its path, that is. After you figure that out, you just use your commandos to scout with and kill everything with helicopters. You can build a couple rocket infantry to help out if you want to, but it's just a matter of time before you've cleared the map and accomplished the mission. Third mission, same thing, kill the dinos. This is beginning to get a bit tedious now. This is not what I think of as fun. Raptors are hiding everywhere in the bushes, and just rushing in there would be certain death for your units, because nothing hurts these guys except rockets and maybe grenades. They can take out a vehicle in a few bites, and infantry is a single hit. Ooh, and if any of the raptors are hurt, they'll get some hit points back when they eat someone. One thing that you can use to your advantage is that the dinosaurs will always go for the first unit that attacks them, or that they see. And they will not change target no matter what. So what I did was just to make a wall of units, take one of my vehicles and lure them into a trap one after one. As I said, very tedious, but it was the safest way. Next mission, this time you at least get to build a base, and the dinosaurs also attack you now and again. But because of the amount of Tiberium in the vicinity of your base, you don't really get that many credits to work with. Which makes for a rather boring mission after initial start phase. Harvesters are so slow. Yes, I guess I could increase the game speed, but I am not the greatest of RTS players. So increasing the game speed would probably just make it harder for myself. What I suggest you do is build light tanks and helicopters. The tanks have a pretty good damage output and can take some damage themselves. I guess you could use recon bikes, but I would recommend it. It's kinda hard for them to maneuver around in the forest. Okay, last mission. They actually mixed it up this time. So now you get to be the dinosaurs who attack a Nod base. The problem is that this is where it goes from boring to infuriating. At first you think, hey, these raptors are pretty fun, fast and nimble. But everything else is slow. This is ridiculous, look at this. It also doesn't help that it's very clear that nothing has been done to the pathfinding. Because it's horrendous! If there were one place they could have tweaked the game a little, it would definitely be the pathfinding. So, not only do you have to contend with awfully slow dinosaurs, you have to contend with awfully slow dinosaurs going the wrong way! You can't go directly into the base because it's being guarded by 4 obelisks. So in my first attempt I sent in my raptors to take care of some power plants so the obelisks would no longer be a threat, and it actually succeeded! I destroyed the base! Except 2 turrets. That cannot be destroyed unless 2 dinosaurs are attacking at the same time, because it repairs itself. I was so close, but I was defeated by a stupid self-repairing turret. Of course, what I did not realize when I first rushed into the base was that the dinosaurs could destroy walls. So all of my problems are actually due to my own incompetence. Okay, I took a break here and came back a few days later. And to be honest, it's not too hard. You just go around the base, destroy some units and break through the walls. And now I can get my entire pack of dinosaurs inside without a problem. Sure, they're still slow, but at least this time around it wasn't anger-inducing. And what do you get for your troubles? Nothing. You just get booted to the main menu. Okay, so the secret fun pack missions were honestly kinda boring. They didn't really feel that thought through. The secret missions in Red Alert, it came from Red Alert, feels much more polished and like more effort were put into it. We get a nice intro video with General Carville, who we mostly know and love from Red Alert 2, informing us that England is being attacked by giant ants.
I'd piss on a spark plug if I thought it'd do any good.
Yes, and we're sent off to defend the world or something. In the first mission you have to find and defend your base for 30 minutes. If there's anything these missions teach us, is that riflemen are not completely useless. Because in these missions, they're actually one of the most effective units at killing ants. So attacks come in waves, but it doesn't really escalate as time goes by. I thought at the end I would be completely swarmed by ants, but that didn't really happen. And that is because the next mission is on the same map, so all of your choices, units and leftover buildings are carried on from the last mission to this one. I like it when they do this, it feels more like the missions are actually connected. So in this one you're tasked with evacuating civilians to an island and destroying some bridges to stop ants from continuously spawning. So don't cross the bridges, they seriously don't stop coming. And I would recommend having a mixed attack force, because tanks can't hit anything unless it's standing still. And like dinosaurs, ants hit like trucks. And again, large groups of units just highlights how bad the pathfinding is. Next mission, you really get to strike back at the ants. Here you get access to some scientists who can administer deadly gas to the ants' hives. And this hinders any more ants from spawning from a particular anthill. Or, well, they just die when they do. Not a bad mission, a bit hard to get started, but once you have established yourself, it's just getting the scientists to the ant hives and killing the critters. The last mission sent you into the tunnels of the base that we found at the ending of the previous mission. So what to do? Wipe out all ants and kill their queen. Nice and simple. What I recommend as the first thing you do is just kick the flamethrower guys from the squad. In my experience, they just end up doing this to your team. So send them off on their own or whatever, just don't let them near your main force. Yes, they can be effective in some situations, but I just don't have the skills to use them effectively. Besides, I didn't need them that much. Good. You go from room to room, killing ants, blowing up barrels and cocoons, activating computer consoles, you get a mammoth tank. Wait, what? How did it get that down here? Anyway, it's a fine mission, not too hard, not too easy. And you get to see an ant queen shoot archers of electricity at you, and killing off your special unit you've made sure to give all the power-ups. So it's good you get to see the queen burn afterwards. The It Came From Red Alert missions were actually quite good, at least they were much better than the Fun Pack missions. But there is one last secret mission that I feel overshadows them all. And this one isn't actually that secret. You will find it under the console missions as Secret Mission. It was originally a mission on the PlayStation port for C&C. You and 11 other workers have been fired, without a month's pay. And because of that, you're going to amass an army and go destroy your former employer. That is completely ridiculous and exactly what I think of as funny. And it's so obvious that it's just something that they threw together to have a laugh. The map looks like something I could have made in 5th grade. All enemies are just clumped together in the base waiting for you to come and attack them. And the 12 employees? They're commandos. You start with 12 commandos. Not that the firepower in that really impresses me, but it's just a silly level where you're supposed to mess around and have fun. So I did that. I built up my base, put down a bunch of refineries, because why not? Would you shut up for 5 seconds? No wonder you got fired. No! Shh! Shh! I still kinda think the commanders are kinda useless. I mean, they can't even destroy it. Well, what do you know? You destroyed one of the weakest vehicles in the game. Congratulations, it only took 12 of you. Anyway, you don't even have to risk your commandos. What I did was just securing the perimeter with guard towers and then just using Humvees to attract their attention. And then taking them out one by one. Easy. Now, the mission info did say something about special modifications to the Orcas. But that probably is... Oh, you see what I mean? This is just fun. So with all the money I had, why would I not build an army of orcas? These things are ridiculous, just how I like them. So wham bam, thank you ma'am, and they're all dead. So there you have it. The Command and Conquer Remastered secret Secret missions. Shut up!